devil is just God in a ski mask. The devil is your temptation. He's there to exist because God is having a human experience, but they need polarities. He needs the opposite. We need antagonists, protagonists. This is the theater. We're in the theater. Colleges is over.
Yeah, you got to relearn everything you learned anyway.
We need maker spaces. We need creative spaces. We need incubators. We need content houses. We need, we need trade schools. We need places. I'm going to a science fair after this in Brooklyn with Q-Butter, right? With children that were like 5, 6, and 7. They building robotics and whatnot. That's what we doing. So this is just a duality. Yeah. So this is dual. This system, this planet system is dual.
Yeah.
Others maybe not, but this is left hand, right hand, up, down. You know what I mean? As above, so below. This is a dual planet, right?
The water's above.
Daytime, nighttime, sun, moon. It's male, female. It's dual. This whole shit is a dualistic planet. That's why the code is zeros and ones. So we try to make it tri, and it's not. There's some tri planets, but that's not what we.
Y'all know what time it is. Like I said, this is what we do every single week, except this one is extremely more special. As y'all can tell, I'm not in the normal background as I am per usual. Today I'm in a special studio. We out in New York. I had to bring my man Future X down because today was too extravagant. As soon as we got the call that we had the access to come down, we had to drop everything what we're doing because you don't get two opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You can't pass on opportunities. You got to take advantage. Today, I got my guests with me. We have everybody introduce themselves, and we're going to get on the conversation. Let's get it.
As you already know, special guest host today, Future X in the building.
All right. Brother Red Pillar, a.k.a. Brother Rich Phil, a.k.a. Brother Rico Felipe when I'm in the Bronx.
Big facts, big facts. You already know what time it is. Your boy Luch, the guy. Normally you're doing it from the pod bus. I got the pod bus. I have a mobile tattoo bus, mobile gaming bus, a hookah bus, and a movie bus. We do birthday parties, special events. Like I said, you book me, your kid's gonna have the best event of their life. You know what I'm saying? We do the podcast each and every week when I have your favorite guests from artists, comedians, conscious speakers, poetic. What do you call those people? Spoken words, right? Right. We do them all. We're not doing them all. Pause. We have a conversation with them all. You know what I mean? But that's me.
Yeah, it's your boy Main Man X, BX, and Supernova Records. We here, sir.
All right. So today, I had a lot on my plate. First, I want to talk about yesterday. I seen Red Pill's post, right? Because we all know our man Ye has gone off again.
Oh my God.
I'm not mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is kind of what we need to push the conversation forward. Not to say he's right or wrong, but to push the conversation forward, some things got to be said. How do y'all feel about that?
I agree with that. It's about time someone wants to speak about things that people don't want to speak about.
Right.
100%.
I respect that on Ye's part. He goes through his rants, but it's some good information in it, I feel.
Right, because most of the time everybody focuses on like sports, FanDuel, all that other wild stuff. Why not get that into the ears of the masses when we can? We don't got Pac no more. We don't got people like that to be a disruptor a little bit. Like shake something up, say something.
True.
Everybody around me telling me I can't wear. Nigga, you can't tell me the color of my hat. Y'all can't tell me shit, nigga. No, none of y'all motherfuckers here with no Instagram, nobody living, nobody at, and I don't want to hear shit from none of these Jewish niggas talking about, oh, he's in an episode.
Yeah. I think timing is key in everything.
Yeah.
Right? And context as well. The timing part is his timing is impeccable. Right? He doesn't get enough credit how he puts himself into a conversation and how his timing is on point. Right? So the best time to have the conversation that he had the other day is now, because everything that he said a year ago has proven itself to be true without him having to say nothing. Now, when he opened up his mouth, you damn right, he not gonna be quiet. Why would he be? He say, y'all owe him an apology, and I agree. And then he say, you owe all of us an apology, and I'm like, yes, I agree too. He like, fuck all them other niggas, and I'ma smack your handlers, and I agree too.
Totally agree.
He like, yo, I'm not black, I'm an Indian, and I agree too. So there's nothing that he's saying that is, you know, problematic. We've been cataloging this man's road to perdition, or the road less traveled. You know, everybody doesn't have the, the luxury of being underneath the microscope.
Yeah.
Like people such as himself or other stars that are beginning to genuinely unravel and discover parts of themselves. They have, if you got access, why they don't? If you got permission, why they don't? If you learning and you expressing yourself, why they can't? So there's just certain things that are taking place that can't be faked or it can't be staged and whatnot. There's certain downloads and there's certain connections and there's certain synchronicities. This, son said that he's anointed.
At this point, I believe him.
And I'm gonna give you an example of what anointed is. So we don't have, because I'm not on no fanboy thing, but what we talking is, in hip hop, the higher, the metaphysical, the occult, the unseen. You understand? This is a divination system. It's higher, infinite power, healing our people, not that others, not that white star. Right? So, he woke up, he was rocking with like Red Pill movement, Candace Jones and them. So that was his entry level, right? So in that entry level, you're saying things, you're psychobabbling, then you get to like the Andrew Tate levels, you know what I mean? So as we see him go through his awakening, he's expressing certain things. Fast forward to where we at in 2023, as we close this out, where people need that quote unquote stamp. They need somebody to just come along and say, y'all not wildin'. It is what y'all think it is. Here he comes, brave enough, bold enough.
Brave.
And he's preparing himself, fortunately, for martyrdom.
He's saying
and I'm
it.
here for it.
He's saying it too.
And I'm here for it. And nothing that he's saying I don't see not a thing that the man is saying, even breaking through his, quote unquote, what I would call medically induced psychotropic, handling or MK Ultra programming that a lot of these other people are under when they basically have freak offs with your mans in them, and they go through what is known as Romanistic or Roman antics, right? Which is a form of Satan. It's a satanic mind control. It's MK Ultra. It's programming through trauma. Shit like that. What they had homegirl in while she was curled up under that blanket.
Okay.
While people pop up with black eyes and bloody nose and broken bones all in that place. While they be on a Fight Club shit. But
Fight Club one of them ones.
So
like I remember Jamie Foxx was going through something like that as well. Do you remember when Jamie Foxx, I guess he had gotten sick and then came back and I guess he was looking different. Everybody's saying that he also got
tattoo
MK
disappeared
Ultra.
or something.
Yeah, as well. So
Tyrone.
is Kanye West the first evidence of people being able to fight back against this, manipulation of getting their minds manipulated, basically? Like, because Kanye's the only person who's doing this. Even though his friends, like,
At
for
the
example,
moment, that's being heard in front of the camera. Let's say,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even in the video, he's like, yo, Drake, I know you're gonna laugh at this one. Yo,
That's why I'm talking, baby. Drake, I love you. I'm gonna get the tattoo. But any of y'all niggas, Trav, Drake, whoever, y'all gotta show up. And don't tell me I'm talking crazy. Y'all niggas, I motherfucking Pharrell and me. Hey, come on.
everybody around him knows
Jay.
that this is kind of what the conversation is.
Yeah.
So, is Kanye the only person who's gonna fight against the programming, even though everybody's just watching him? And then if that's the case, what are we gonna do as people just witnessing it and just being like, all right, well, he's bugging out, even though he's saying.
Drake, I love you. I'm gonna get the tattoo. But any of y'all niggas, Trav, Drake, whoever, y'all gotta show up. And don't tell me I'm talking crazy. Y'all niggas, I motherfucking Pharrell, and
him up, I think. You know what I'm saying? So he come in and out of that, maybe.
I believe that,
Right.
yeah. Maybe the drugs in and out, but this
Right.
is definitely the same Ye. And I feel like it's the same Ye, but different Ye. Like, he's a little even more straightforward. And like you said, perfect timing. This is the time that the world needs to hear this. And what are we going to do?
And two things that I want to add to context, right? One, Art Basel.
Who?
Art Basel.
Art Basel, yeah.
Where he began his demonstration. I was in Art Basel. Art Basel is about artistic performance, right? Art Basel is about art. That whole rollout campaign is art. You understand? Him in the black hood is art.
Beautiful.
How dare these people try to say anything about it and take it outside of what it is? It's art.
It is. The Renaissance.
If Westside Gun said Hitler wear Hermes and y'all cool with that,
Facts.
you know what I mean? It's cool when they do it.
Yeah.
It's probably when I do it.
100%.
Right?
100%.
So, but if the Watchmen has a character that has a black hood, right? On HBO, The Watchmen, right? The TV show, highly successful, all black characters, right? It was a black man with a KKK hood. So what is Kanye doing? So what? He might be emulating that, or he may be emulating the Moors, the black Moors out of Spain, who wore the black hoods before the KKK did.
it's like, yo, fuck these niggas, bro. Fuck these niggas, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my Farrakhan Don shit right now, bro.
Real quick, so Sincerely says, this is that bystanders watching George Floyd getting murdered. Them industry niggas is no different. I only assume, though. What do you guys think about that? So remember I was saying, like, we're basically just watching Kanye. Are we basically the bystanders, like, the people that watch George Floyd get killed?
I think we're the bystanders if we don't kind of act on the things that he's talking about. Well, we're just gonna watch this, or we're gonna.
This is what I told somebody the other day. We just was talking about, matter of fact, when a pop artist comes around and verifies, right? Because remember, we're in the court of public opinion. Life is all is mental, right? Everything is about ideas and concepts, right? It's about whoever has a more dominant conversation, energy rises, you know, right? So by him shaking up the matrix, right? And the art of what I saw in that video was him in a room with boppers, him in a room with shorties. It was like, yo, his whole album is about, you know, he back on his raunchy shit. So they would look like they was ready to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? And then he red pills the whole room.
That's a fact. That's a fact. He does.
He could have been with all of the woke niggas and that Ashe King. I know he was with the annoying Beckys and all of them, but you know, disrupting their world.
Yeah.
Right? So for his fan base, he's an archetype. He represents hundreds of millions. So there's people who look like me and you that have been telling people all of the things that he just said yesterday.
Right.
True. That's true.
It's a fact.
Every single clip that's coming out is verifying you. So this is almost like getting verified by Instagram. Now you're verified by the biggest pop star to go left since I don't know who.
Right.
You feel me? When Michael Jackson called Tommy Mottola devil, that shit shook the whole, oh shit, that was like, that was a moment.
That's a fact.
But he's stretching, he's bending the spoon, he's going a little bit further. What a way to close out a year that will go down in history as, you know, one for the books. And it's not finished yet. So, you know, everything that needs to be said has been said by the people that he talked about a year ago when he clowned that man in his name, right? And you got to even be careful on their networks because they got the sentinels out there. You feel me? And that,
They will blackball you.
right. But when he spoke against a certain people and had the caucasity, audacity, and brobacity to do it, right? And they did what they did, but everyone that he spoke out against, the word of Christ. Remember, he said he's anointed. We talking Christ consciousness. We ain't talking about anything other than that. Because people would be like, He's a hypocrite. He's talking about box. Nigga, that's Christ consciousness. The heaven gates is through there. What are you talking about? That's the most holiest thing.
The anointing one is Christ consciousness, right?
Huh?
The anointing one is Christ consciousness.
So the people that he spoke out against and the people that went against them, one, Balenciaga, right? They flipped up. They fell. JP Morgan went against them. They fell right in front of the people. Immediately right after. I remember when Travis Scott and Drake was trying to play him. They fell. I remember he went against Virgil. He fell. You understand? Everybody that crosses him, son, his word. His word is anointed. I don't know if y'all be seeing what I'm seeing. So he's like, yo, fuck all of them. You know what I mean? And I'm here for that. And you know, in this war that we're in, this is a spiritual war. We're in a cultural war. We're also in war with things on higher principalities. People are still concerned about where he places his phallus. I don't have no time for that. Right. That conversation is I'm way beyond that shit. That shit is so fucking, that's so old to me. You know what I mean? I can measure my growth just based off of the angle or the vantage point that I see it. That shit is for the people feeding at that bottom, that's bottom feeder shit. And it's expected because you have to know that you are amongst the 85ers. Always keep that in mind. Right. You just on social media with them now. You just in a different place. Just always factor that in.
NPCs now.
Now they NPCs and other shit. Trolls, NPCs, bots, dots, all of that. It's still 85 or some shit that you don't need.
Right.
100%.
Filter through that shit the right way, and you know you won't be a victim. But if you get caught up, you're gonna have to pay your price.
That's a fact. Another thing that Kanye brought up was that he was saying that basically these labels done turned mafia. So let's start his first allegation. He says that the label done killed Aaron Carter because they wanted or something to do with the Backstreet Boys sample. Do you guys believe that the industry are becoming mafia and how they are, you know what I'm saying, like they're at the end of their market, right? These music industry markets aren't going to go much higher. They're going to come down as everybody gets independent and, you know what I'm saying, start doing their own, you know, label and doing their own music and stuff like that. So is there a way out going to be mafia style? Take out, you know, take what we can and just take out what we can.
These are banking cartels. These labels are loan offices that are tied into banking cartels. This mafia that they speak of is not an Italian mafia. However, history shows and proves that they had a hand in the music industry, and I didn't necessarily see an exit strategy when they left. You know what I mean? They were in Hollywood, but also the Jewish mafia is the ones who are knocking people off, and where they go for is people's perpetuity, your likeness, your catalog, the real shit that really accrues in compounds, and they put on markets and whatnot, and they flip, which is your publishing, your all of that thing that they have you sign away. That's where they come in wanting mafia tactics, blackmail, extortion, racketeering. You know, they lining people up, putting insurance on them, all kind of stuff. Super crooked.
That's a fact.
You know, and it's tied into the fact that the mafia is in bed with black gangsters that brought in gangster rappers. And all that, they always been in bed with that element right there to feed that undergirding and underworld to filter that shit through. Because if the music industry wasn't gangster, then gangsters would have took it over. Think about that.
That's true.
Think about that. Every gangster you know got spanked by them niggas and be like trying to figure out ways to say how they got fucking disrespected and told some shit. And they be coming back like, yeah, you know, shit be going crazy. No, nigga, speak on it.
So I say it's in the streets, man.
In the street, right. Speak on it.
I call it
There's some gangsters on top of y'all and they be knocking people off. So, of course, I don't put nothing. Everybody that try to yay up got knocked down. They knocked mad people off.
Right.
That's 100%.
So what we think is going to happen to Ye?
Like I said, he's preparing himself for martyrdom. Whatever's going to happen to him is going to immortalize him regardless. It doesn't matter.
That's what he's doing.
All you can do at this point is prepare to die.
Cicely says, Red Pill was the first one to say that we owe Ye an apology. That's a fact. Everyone came from the Moors, all the way from the clan hoodies to the swastika, which means peace, nothing new under the sun. They always find a way to demonize us.
It's true.
That's very true.
That's so true.
Somebody said I was on that lie, so I flipped the switch onto some Jesus Christ shit. What the fuck? He said God won't allow it. He doesn't give a fuck. That's true. Kanye doesn't give a fuck. Can you put it on full screen then? I don't know what that means. Oh, matter of fact, I see what you're saying. Let's do that. I'm gonna close my camera basically. But then I don't know if I'll be able to see it still, see the comments. Man, we're gonna figure it out. Alright, it says God uses us all in different type of situations. Very true. Jesus hanging around the kill as bro. Jesus was hanging around
the killers.
Oh, the killers.
He was hanging around the killers, the dope dealers. Jesus was in the trenches. You have to be from the underworld. You understand? To be above the world. You have to have attachments to the mycelium network. What do you stand on? Where do you come from? All of your prophets, all of your true messengers come from the underworld. So man cannot be tempted by his desires. Man cannot be tempted by his lower nature when man is able to what? Conquer his lower nature. Man would never be able to conquer that if man was in the darkness. You know what I mean? Man was in the underworld. That's why a lot of people always they do a bid. A lot of people do bids and come home and now they have a renewed way of seeing things. They're refined. You know, they have a different outlook on things. You know what I mean? Because they was like, yo, I was buried alive. I know what it feels like to almost be dead. Because the closest dress rehearsal to death is being buried alive, being in a fucking being in a box. Not just regular jail, being in a box, nigga. Like, that's the closest, in a hole.
Yeah.
That is a dress rehearsal because even being locked up is a dress rehearsal for death because guess what? The same people that'll show up for you when you locked up is the same people that's gonna show up for you when you die.
True.
They gonna carry their thing. They gonna hold it down. They gonna put money on the. You know what I mean? They gonna do that because you'll see it when you see it when you go through those trials and tribulations. So heavy is the head of he who wears the crown, right? So if you're not being tested, if you haven't been tempted, if you haven't been tried and true in front of the people, how you claiming anything?
That's a fact.
You mean to tell me you're gonna skip the line in front of everybody else is being tried and tested and you know, and have a testimony of their testament? Nah.
Yo, it's your boy Luch the God, live from the pod bus, doing what I do for real. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for liking, commenting, and sharing, subscribing to content. Y'all know I do what it does, and I does what it do. In order to keep doing this, though, I do need some donations. If y'all got it like that, I would love to take some donations so I can get this bus on the road and I can come to a city and state near you. Till then, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 4,000 watch hours so we can get this thing monetized and we can get on the road. In order to do that, y'all know what time it is. Support. Best way we know how. Luch the God in the building. Luch the God on the pod bus for real, doing this for real. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Peace.
It's true.
So, since Sincere says Jesus was a carpenter, Sincere made beats. I don't know what that means. Spiritual cultural war.
I think you mean like Jesus was a carpenter and Ye makes beats?
And Ye make beats.
Okay, right.
It said Aaron Carter killed himself. He was actually on drugs.
Right.
Okay? So that means you're calling Kanye a liar. You know what I'm saying? I hear you.
But then...
Somebody says the worst, laying folks down is brutal. They knocked them all the way down. Star whackers. Damn, they call them star whackers. Spirit going back to God, body going to the ground. Soul. God, LOL. Jay-Z told us about the underworld on Evils. In the streets. It's in the street. Yup. Catching up. In it, none of it. Doesn't know what that means. When man is able to ascend. Higher universal evolution, man. Damn, look like that's facts. Can you focus a bit better on the brothers at the table?
Yeah, let's go on.
Alright, man, I got you. Let's do this real quick. That way. Dang.
That's the Shibu Inu dog.
I don't know if they're gonna hear it, but
Yeah.
it was like everybody just stood around.
Let's not call it a rant. Let's
said
call
don't
it.
call it a rant?
Let's call it a stream of consciousness.
Okay,
Let's give it this
okay.
respect.
I got a project named Stream of Consciousness, so
This
that's
is language is important.
That's a fact.
It's true.
So in Ye's stream of consciousness,
That's right. His download.
He expressed how he was upset that people didn't come to his aid when they took his child away.
Nobody in this motherfucking room and none of y'all entertaining niggas ever said nothing when I was praying to see my kids. One of the last days, see my kids. Well, I couldn't see Chicago too. All y'all niggas on Instagram got some shit to say. Y'all niggas saw this shit. Don't tell me about my fucking political opinion. I made more money to show you that money ain't nothing. It's our money, nigga. It's our country, nigga. It's I ain't stolen from us. It's pyramids, nigga. It's pyramids in St. Louis, nigga, Missouri. They stole it. All this shit. America just the latest bitch that been ran through so many times. The Greeks hit her. Mansa Musa hit her. We had her. The Indians and shit. The motherfucking...
Right.
What do you think the people should have done? Like us as a community, or black people, right? Because he's relying on us. What do you think we should have done to help him with his children? What's something, you know what I'm saying? Where he wouldn't be able to say that or use that. What could we have done?
I don't know if that's really for our. He's more talking to the people that really be in the loop in the industry that's around him every day.
Right.
We talk on the internet like, you know, he only gonna see so much too.
Okay.
He can't get to us, so I don't think that's really on the burden.
He was letting people who fuck with him know the most important shit of my life. Fuck all that other shit. The most important thing is my children, and y'all know that. So when I needed y'all the most, for all of the things that I've done for all of y'all, and all of the things that I'm willing to do for y'all, when I needed y'all the most, y'all showed me who was there and who wasn't. Y'all put her over me, and I introduced y'all to her type shit.
True.
Y'all put her over me, and it never was her over me type shit. Like, it was always me over everything. Like, fuck is you talking about? And then when I'm calling you saying, yo, where's her? It's like it reminded me of Casino when Ginger was acting up and Sam was calling around and niggas was like, I don't know, son.
He's kind of exposing that these people do know and don't want to speak about it. So it's like, why don't people want to speak about the truth?
So
everybody's afraid to lose.
So get some suggestions. So let's say Jay-Z was willing to take your opinion. And he was like, all right, bro, what do you think I should do? Ye's saying I should do something. What do you think I should do?
Hove haven't done certain things and so
I know. He's in anything. I know he's in this shit.
Yeah.
What do you think he should do? If he asked you for your opinion.
Where do we start with Jay-Z, man?
Right.
I can't even think off the top of my. I'm gonna have to ask Red Pill that.
A lot of people had shit to say about my Jewish comments, but ain't nobody in this motherfucking room and none of y'all entertaining niggas ever said nothing when I was praying to see my kids one of the last days.
Easily, what Jay-Z could do, right, is what Nipsey started, right? The audacity of people not to carry on one of the best plans for not just Black America, but for the streets. If there's anybody that had the plan and the blueprint, there was the one that would have everybody winning right now, because we will all own a lot of crypto, namely Bitcoin. It was Nipsey, it was Nip.
Yeah.
Because he came before Blue and he was telling y'all what to do with it. And I even went down to LA and saw some of the programs that he was involved with.
Yeah.
So if there was more of an investment, let's just say like $1 million weekly bag for a business in our community to prove through all of their upfront, like how they doing Shark Tank, just be dressed for the party. You have to meet certain criterias, but there's always $1 million on a Friday for one of us to say, yo, we got you. We're gonna just put that together. That's part of my foundation. That's just one thing. You know what I mean?
I expect that. Okay.
And the other thing is, you know, he could do a lot more for manufacturing and production. You know what I'm saying?
48?
Who?
For Jay.
Jay sees what Ye did with manufacturing and production and put his own shit in his own hands and became a billionaire. And something that Jay could do to help give back to some of the Black men that's coming home from jail, some of the Black people that's down with entrepreneurs. He sees the explosion. He's watching EYL, hopefully. I know the man busy, but goddamn it, I know he ain't skipped one episode, you know what I mean? So, you know, there's an explosion taking place. Now we need production. We need We need them visits to them Saudis that y'all doing. We need them ties with them big dignitaries that y'all got. Cut all of them other people out the way. You know what happened in the world in the war of perception?
No, what happened?
Israel lost the war.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So by doing that, they're not good for business anymore, right? So the phase out is gonna start because the Saudi niggas stepped up, right? So the phase is starting from people being underneath the Rothschild banking system, moving into a more Islamic, Russian, African-centered China ecosystem that they're setting up with BRICS and all of that other shit. It's already up, right? The dudes that went over there for the fight and all of that, that's when Ye went over there. That's what put him on his rollout. He went to Saudi Arabia for the fight, and that started the rollout. That's when the first time he popped up with the vulture shirt was at the fight when Tyson and Francis was in the Middle East while they were bombing.
The French own 80% of the banks in Africa, nigga. That's why I just met with MBS, nigga, head of Saudi. Nigga, we don't have to bow to this shit, nigga. Okay, it's 60 million of us in America, 60 million Jews in the world.
Right next door. Keep in mind the proximity of where the Gaza is, right? While there was a genocide taking place and a quote-unquote, all kind of war crimes was being committed, that energy was over there in Saudi Arabia and they was tapping in. It's a different type of wealth, and they're investing in a lot of people that are not fucking with those people.
All right, so another thing that Kanye mentioned in his download was the abortion rates. I once read that in New York, which is where we at right now, in New York that is close to 50-50, but there's just amount of children who are aborted as they are born.
50% of our deaths is abortion. 25% of us go to prison. Raise one hand if you don't know one nigga in prison, one nigga got locked up, and one nigga poor. Raise your hand if you don't know one person got abortion. Now I tell you, if it was in a Jewish mother on Friday with no fucking, everybody raised their hands.
How do you guys feel about that one?
There was a senator by the name of Daniel Moynihan who put out a paper that was very, very instrumental in the direction that the liberals and just overall the Democrats around the world, around America, began to move. And that paper was called The Negro Problem. And that paper kind of like kicked off the campaign to begin to neutralize the black family by way of breaking us up and then introducing things like population control by way of abortion. Enter Gloria Steinem, who's a CIA operative, who not only brings abortion and all of that other stuff, but she brings in feminism and whatnot, which is a government psyop. It's a program. It's used to upend the Black Power program that was about to blow up the population. It was going to triple it.
Who make the hospitals, though? Who got the hospitals? These are Zionists, nigga. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Was it proposed Black Panther?
What the Black Power and the Black Panther movement was about to do was going to triple the population because we were going to be winning. We were going to be up. We were going to be having a lot of babies, naming them all of these African powerful names. Money was going to start flowing. African countries were going to start revolting. The communist countries were going to start pouring money into us. Women were going to start choosing.
They had digital
right
too.
No, I'm just saying that during the time when the Panthers was standing up, that's the baby boom era. That's when a lot of getting on was getting on.
True.
Right.
True.
That coincided with what was known as the counter revolution era in the late '60s and whatnot, and it came into the sexual revolution and whatnot. So when people started doing things like LSD, shrooms, smoking good original weed and whatnot, these square Europeans that you will always see dressed in one color, black and white and whatnot, in black and white, all of a sudden TV got color, and then they also got color too. They start wearing colorful stuff. So they begin to emulate like the indigenous people with their hippie movement and stuff, you know what I mean? But that also is coming with the fact that they're expanding their consciousness through plant-based medicine and seeing a new reality, you know, that's more colorful than that programmed Matrix, Pleasantville, you know,
Pleasantville, that's a fact.
reality that they were being quote unquote programmed into. And by doing such, that also opened their heart chakras and their eyes, and their third eyes opened up to the black man and the black woman being God, because we were in our proper persona and we were in our God state at that time. That was our most divine era. That was our most divine time. It produced some of the most divine things that we're still standing on today.
That's a fact.
I can't look at one thing that we standing on today that don't come from that era.
I mean, that's true. That's true. They do say, you know, our culture kind of creates every other culture. So everybody kind of builds up what we got going on. So another fact is,
Rightfully so.
ebony is also the most searched and viewed category in USA on Pornhub. Why do you guys think that's so?
Because I said the black woman was God a minute
Black
ago.
woman is God.
You understand? And now there's access to something that has never been accessible, and that's to see her in her private, most vulnerable, most private, most sensuous, most magical state. You know, those searches are you know, understood, because the black woman is now the face of sexuality, sensuality, you know, porn, through porn rap now. There's been a full integration, you know, and that's an image that is, you know, being seen by a lot of people. Does it raise or does it fail the stock is the $1 million question.
Oh, it fails,
I want to
100%.
speak, huh?
Fails the stock. 100%.
Okay, so in speaking in, you know, let's just say that this was a Market Monday conversation. If the stock is not being appreciated, right, by it being the most seen and the most shared and the most consumed, right, if it's not helping other women who's not even in that clip in life. Like, oh, sister, you remind me of the women from Pornhub. Oh, man, I can't wait to give you an opportunity. Let me show you around. Or is making people who are meeting our women on Tinder dates become very violent, right? Or is helping to increase the kidnapping that we're seeing of so many women and whatnot. And I haven't seen so many beheadings and dismemberments and disembowelments in my life. Where's that coming from, right? There's a lot of savagery taken. There's a lot of things going on, and the consumption of, you know, remember, this is all about self-mastery at the end of the day. We could say what we want to say, but it's man know thyself, and what man know thyself really boils down to is that you have to be able to master your lower self in order to reach your higher self. Yep. In order to master your lower self, you have to rise above what is known as porn addiction and all of that other stuff. You use it as a stepping stone. It actually could be a magical apparatus. Let's just say that you work out and you're in the gym, right? So instead of killing yourself, you know, you use it as a magnet. You use it as a motivation. You use it as something that, you know, is like an engine for you. And then you use that energy, that Kundalini energy, and you turn that into, you know, your workout or something. But yeah, that's something that's attached to the same people that Ye was talking about. That's something that's a divine, quote unquote, invention, and it's attached to the same people the same way chicken is attached to us, right? You know who I'm talking about, right? The noses are hooked and they have small hats. You understand? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, and he said Ye publicly, he said F them, and I agree with you. All of them people is not the same people as the people that you may call gooish. There's a certain sect of them And if you understand what that is, you got to do your homework. But yeah, them people don't have no love.
I think he referenced it in his download.
He did. He definitely did.
Right.
He said, he said the smoke directly. He said the smoke directly.
Just a little bit more on what he meant by that.
It's a political ideology, a far right political ideology that you know it's born out of some shit that is completely against what we about, and it has wreaked havoc over all indigenous land ever since its implication, and that shit is attached to the motherfucking Rothschilds and the British imperialists, and you know what it is? It's Babylon. So it's a dub. It's a super dub.
Right.
Making that prophecy.
It's not even
trying to make that prophecy come.
Right, trying to make that agenda.
Though. It's not a
right,
prophecy,
about
it's
the
agenda.
false prophecy, the Antichrist, all that.
Y'all want to let that happen, you're gonna let it happen. Don't let it happen.
So people are trying to disrupt the timeline by creating a false prophecy. Remember, all of them are in tandem. All of them are working in tandem and together to push for the false timeline, the false prophecy. They're all part of the three, the Abrahamic, the three religions, you know what I mean? They play friend and enemy, Elon against Sam, and you know what I mean?
But they all in
They all
together,
futurists,
right?
they all about extending life, they all about becoming God on earth by saying that we stop death. And to singularity and shit like that.
You don't believe it's a singularity? You don't think they can stop that?
Of course. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Look at Henrietta Lacks.
So
stem cells. With the stem cells.
With the stem cells, right? Hella cells.
Immortalized cell line.
What I'm saying is they're gonna advance biotech, and AI is gonna get married. They're gonna advance the GPTs. They're gonna advance the LLMs. They're gonna advance everything to the degree. They're gonna fulfill Ray Kurzweil's epoch. He has 6 epochs of technology. We're currently in the 4th one. You know what I mean? The 6th epoch is basically man and machine marrying the universe. You know, it's gonna happen. So all of these Silicon Valley operatives and agents, they're all working to fulfill the prophecies of their master teachers. You just don't know who their master teachers are. You don't know who Ray Kurzweil is. You know what I mean? You don't know the agenda.
Transhumanism.
Yeah, transhumanism. It's all transhumanism. It's all about merging man with machine, which is happening through once the FDA approved it, it's already here. They might roll out a humanoid on the battlefield, but the AI war was announced. The program is called Gospel. So now we have automated AI war. So now we have Skynet. The minute they roll out a humanoid with an embodied AI in it, which is basically ChatGPT can hear, see, and talk now. Once you put it inside of a humanoid body or a shell, it's called embodied. Tesla just rolled out the goddamn, the robot, the humanoid body, right? So now they might send that into the war on the Gaza Strip. Look out for that. They're gonna roll out. Because they're, like I said before, this is an open air trade show, AI warfare, AI weapons trade show, open air.
For sure.
It's a trade show that lasts about a month. You're gonna see the newest weaponry. You're gonna see all of the new tech. And the world will never be the same moving forward.
What company you think is gonna be the top company to take over that role? To usher in the mass production of these type of things? Do you think it'll be like an Apple or gonna be a whole new company sprouting out of nowhere?
I know that BlackRock and a lot of other companies.
It's probably gonna be Microsoft, man. Bill Gates is just into some nasty stuff, man.
That would be a real Bill Gates thing.
Yeah.
OpenAI is going to, if there's any type of Skynet, weaponized Skynet version, they're gonna have Microsoft. Somebody has to get the government contract. So whether it's Google or it's Microsoft, my bet goes with Microsoft.
Exactly.
More government.
I just want to say one thing. What I do, you know, what's happening in Israel is horrible, but a lot of Jewish people also are standing up against what is Zionist too, which I was surprised in learning about this. Like, I've thought that everybody who's Jewish is Zionist, but it's like some of these Jews are against
the other
what's happening out here, and then that's not really...
Coincidentally, it had to take this to happen for them to
Right,
say that.
Absolutely.
Bad batch in a good tree.
Before everybody was anti-Semite and we were getting all of that. Now it's like, no, that's not us. Here's the difference.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, cool. Timing is everything, right? So context is everything. They're adding context. So by them adding context and by them having timing was like, okay, now y'all want to explain what it is. It's blasting. Step it up and shut it down. The same way y'all try to put us against our own. Y'all try to make us police our own. Y'all try to make us muffle our own. Y'all try to make us, we got lashes for the shit that our own did. So y'all not about to do the 1-2. We come from that school too. It's called the sleight of hand. You know what I mean? Yep. We're not gonna do that either. We're not gonna do throw rocks and hide your hand either. Yeah. Y'all are all complicit. To a degree. Y'all are all complicit. Give it all up. If it's gonna be like that, if y'all gonna say the data Z's and whatnot, you know what I mean? Tell them who's really supposed to be in Zion.
True.
Why you at it? Go all the way in, because they still holding back on the fact who we are. So when that day comes, we'll have another follow-up.
Okay.
But it's coming though, so we can't ask for everything to unfold at once. This is what you know is the unfolding. Imagine this being a Netflix series that's winding down. As the year winds down, it's like the season is winding down. The season finale going into what the new season is going to be was going to be crazy, right? So everything that you see now coming down and compounding in this timeline, right? As this quantum quickening is happening and 24 hours is not the same anymore. It's pancaking and whatnot, but it's all building up anticipation for what's going to cross over into the new calendar year, the new fiscal year come 2024, which is going to offer a new state of and a new energy because of the new numbers. Because the number changes, so it's gonna bring in a whole nother energy and a whole nother portal and whatnot. So yeah.
Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts? Are you ready to take your party to the next level, introducing a real gaming experience? Well, buckle up because we've got something extraordinary for you. Introducing the Golden Gates Mobile Gaming Bus, your ultimate gaming destination on wheels. Imagine this, you and your friends stepping into a world of pure gaming heaven. Our state-of-the-art bus is packed with the latest consoles, high-definition screens, and a library of games that will blow your mind. Whether you're into intense multiplayer battles or immersive single-player adventures, we've got you covered. Whether it's a birthday party, corporate event, or school function, we'll be there, ready to make your event a gaming extravaganza. Find our website at goldengatesbus.com/gamebus or call 863-250-112 and book your game day before it's too late.
Happy birthday, David!
You want to do to the world with AI, and I'm giving you permission to do it right now. Why is that so hard? I don't understand.
Right. We watch people like Tony Stark take advantage of AI, and before it was accessible to us, we were always like, oh, that's impossible. Or if we had that type of technology, what type of things could you do with it? If you had your own little, what was this little machine? Jarvis, right? If you had your own little Jarvis, how would you manipulate your reality?
My mind. Yeah, I thought I was about to jump in. My mind has been sharpened by the fact that ChatGPT is on my phone. When I got time to just, like, you know how they have fencing and people have sword fights and they say, steel sharpens steel? I just get on that phone, I open the app up, and I'm just going through mad different apps because I tell people that's the best $20 I spend every month in my life ever. Because what I get from that is worth millions of dollars. Right, because it got different things. Dollar 3, I could open up it. I could have an idea. I'm thinking about an album cover. I say, yo, I just go to Dollar 3 and just start concepting out. Yeah, I concept it out. Boom, boom, boom. Or anything that I say to it. I could say, yo, I need a monkey standing there with Reeboks on, you know what I mean, on the side of a wing of a drone, smoking a cigar. Listening to bongos, and it would generate that, in a matter of a minute or two, right?
Technology great, man.
Technology, right. So I could upload a file that I have sitting in my folders and whatnot and communicate with it with the data analysis. I could create flowcharts. I could create all kind of, I'm talking about, the possibilities are endless. I was gonna show you the demonstration, but my phone is streaming, right? Because I got it on the app on my phone. But technology is at a place where you could conquer what is known as the fantasy complex industry. Or the fantasy industry complex. Let me break it down.
Yeah.
And in this industry complex is worth trillions of dollars in treasury, right? The liquidity of this thing, the pool of this is $1 trillion trade, right? The market. So the fantasy complex industry is cartoons, comics, toys,
Action figures,
animation, movies, sitcoms, blockbusters, religion, myths, video games, right? So all 10 of these are not controlled by us. All 10 of these program people to be whoever they want people to be. All 10 of these are highly lucrative. All 10 of these are almost like the alleyways and the hallways of life that all little children go. That's our rites of passage. We all go through this shit. Nobody gets through this. Nobody becomes adults before going through all of this stuff. We all watch cartoons. We all know about comic books. We all got these 2D, 3D figures in our head. We all are in our imagination in all of these different worlds, right? They control it. Coincidentally, Small has controlled all 10 categories, right?
That's crazy.
So now, with this new AI, it wasn't possible a year ago. It's possible now, right? This is where the investment, this is where the committee forming, this is where the quote-unquote organization has to come into. This is where it's bigger than the man. It's the plan. It's not about me. I'm just sharing it. Don't say this is red pill. No, it's not. This is the plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing it like somebody else would share it. But when those elements of the people come together and begin to take those 10 categories back in their own hands, you are now gonna be enriched because you create your own economy, right? And you do it on Web3, you do it on a blockchain now, you do it with smart contracts, you do it with crypto, you do it in a metaverse as a service, and all you do it in the Apple, the Vision Pro, you do it in the Meta, the Ray-Ban, the VR world, the AR world, the spatial world. All of that is here. That's called digital assets, nigga. That's a bag. Are you fucking crazy?
That's a fact.
Are you fucking dumb?
You know who almost tapped into this, and I feel like they didn't really tap into it enough because I didn't see it going anywhere, and I was really pressed. Created a video game based on the board game of like he had like his own type of Monopoly game.
Yeah, I played the game.
I got that. Well, my boy has that. Yeah.
Okay, right. So
my
he
cousin
did
got
it.
it. Was cool.
And then he said he's like I remember he was promoting, yo, I'm gonna do the actual video game, PS4 version of this game. And then he said it one time in a live. He was like, he's like, for y'all who don't understand digital real estate or digital assets, I'm allowing you guys to like add your digital content to my game. So for example, let's say you got a store, a brand, clothes brand. He was saying, I will allow you to dress your characters, or dress my characters up in the game, or let that be an option, and get it, let that be an option, and
get it in the game, right?
And then that's it. Now, I've never seen a video game yet, or I don't know if you still continue to do that, but that sounds like what you were saying.
It's coming out, he said soon.
Okay.
So, so shout out to the God. So at the pace that everything is moving right now, in a span of about 30 to 60 days, you'll be able to prompt out video games, right? So what they're doing with Runway ML 2.0, what they just did with Pika Labs 1.0, and what they have with a few other of these free tools, right? Free 99, or tools that you gotta invest in. Cause as with anything else, y'all wanna talk about y'all in real estate, but y'all don't wanna buy a goddamn shovel, you ain't in real estate.
That's true.
So people be in conversations that's not meant for them. I'm talking to the people with a budget.
That's true.
Yeah, they always gotta pick a body up when we get ready. You gotta have a budget. This is not, you know how people be on Robin Hood with the play money? Yeah. This is not that.
Right.
That's facts.
This is real life. This is like, yo, what are you putting up? What you got to invest? You ready to go? The more the better.
Yeah, it's true that you say that about. It's crazy you said that about the video game, because here I am thinking I was low key and slick. I'm right now on my computer. If I show you, I got Unity and I got.
That's what I'm saying. Unreal Engine, Unity.
All those.
You're gonna be able to build out a lot of assets. I'm with a program in Atlanta called Plottable, a metaverse as a service. Mm-hmm. We could take everybody in this room and get them ready for anything in the quote-unquote digital realm, in the digital arena, because it's all the same file. Mm-hmm. So we could get dropped in the metaverse, we could get dropped in the VR world, we could get dropped in the AR world, we could get dropped anywhere. We could become video game, the same CGI that you see in any of these games. Like the technology, we got that. So mix that with the AI that's out there, the free tools, where you could just be in a production studio. We need more production studio. Where's our creative houses? Where's our incubators? Why y'all not coming together with y'all resources and whatnot and creating and whatnot? People is with all of this budget this and wish you this and all of that, but y'all not even having no creative teams utilizing green screens, utilizing 4K, 8K, utilizing the drones, utilizing the technology, utilizing the post-production tools. You know what I mean? People is running around with the Diddy blueprint. Still, shiny suits, theory. No, I'm just saying, you got to remember where architects, when the architects get exposed, it just shows you who was like the Wizard of Oz, who was the person behind the curtain, whose blueprint and whose fingerprints are all over the culture. You know what I mean? So in order for it to change, in order for wounds to heal, they got to be exposed. So sometimes things have to fall in order for other things to rise up.
That's a fact.
And we in the changing of that guard. It's the great reset.
That's a fact. So another thing I want to talk about, and this I haven't deep dive into this yet, but Kanye has been aligning himself with Hitler.
Jesus Christ, Hitler, yay. Third party, sponsor that, nigga. Yeah. Bring the sponsorships to that.
As to say, what we have been sold about the information about Hitler could be wrong, and that maybe their focus on who their op was maybe not black people, obviously, but it was Jews too, but that it wasn't, that we're not part of that fight as much as it is, or like I said, I don't know fully. What do you think is, why do you think Ye is aligning himself with Hitler?
What I know and not what I think is there needs to be a very deep dive, deep dive, in a documentary style format that teaches people something that has them very enlightened to stories that they had no idea of. Hitler, one of them. He deserves an honest, fair, unbiased deep dive.
I agree.
Because there's some shit in his story that has to be, acknowledged. If there's a Zionist movement, if there's a movement of people who have pillaged this continent, have proven to be of, negative impact on everywhere that they've gone, and there was a war against them, I don't know. There was imperialistic people behind Hitler, a lot of American companies and interests and whatnot. It's just deep, it's deep. It's bigger than Hitler, that's all I'm saying. They just say Hitler, but it's bigger than him. His deep dive deserves to be bigger. So Ye in his alignment may be saying that, I'm going to push the limits of my freedom of speech the same way that y'all could say nigga this, y'all could say the most thing, y'all could talk about killing each other on Twitter and everything, y'all could talk about, y'all could sign serial murderers to your label and push them as rap artists, you know what I mean? Y'all could promote people who kill each other's mothers and whatnot, y'all give them bonuses, we allowed to say the most worst things about each other. There's no limit to the degradation we're allowed to experience. But the minute he say, fuck that, Hitler this, they like, oh my goodness. West Side Gun said, Hitler wears Hermes. The minute Ye said the Hitler thing, the AI came. Go and Google how many AI Hitler programs is out right now, where you could be Hitler's voice. It's mad Hitler AI shit. Nobody said nothing about that. There's no outrage about that. You know what I mean? You know.
So it look like when they use
we not gonna. What I'm saying is, there's Genghis Khan, there's King Leopold, there's all of these people. I'm done with the program. Hitler what? Like, there's Hitler too, and there's other people. You know what I'm talking about? You know, there's some deeper stuff to the Hitler thing when you understand who the Moorish connection to Germany, when you know that they flew the flag of a black man named Saint Maurice. What was that about? Why nobody taught us that in school? Why didn't they say the patron saint of German was a black man? You know what I mean? From the Thebes, Saint Maurice. That's the flag that they was flying at war. The Nazis. So it's like there's a lot of the whole Holy Roman Empire versus the Roman Empire, two totally different things. There's a heavy Moorish connection, Black and Moor connection in Germany, connected to, you know, that lineage, and we need to learn more about it.
It's true, and I kind of little deep dive with Hitler, and I think people shame Hitler so much for the Holocaust. And anytime innocent people are afflicted by violence, that's wrong. But aside from the Holocaust, Hitler was just watching the Zionists kind of take control of everything, and he seen what was happening pretty much today, and he was trying to
eradicating porn, that whole usury thing.
He's not as bad as they kind of like
say
he is.
Right, there was some shit going on.
He seized it, and he tried to get rid of it, and as the Zionists, they don't want you to know that, so they're gonna paint this guy as bad, so we don't kind of go down a rabbit hole. But if you
it deserves, that's what I'm saying. Before anybody reserves judgment, I know the program is gonna kick in heavy on that.
Oh, come on.
And rightfully so. It deserves its deep dive. Trust me. I did a mid deep dive. I didn't go even deep. I did a mid.
Me too.
And I'm like, okay, it's some other things going on. It's some wild esoteric, wild occult, wild mystical. It's big, yo.
The Minister Farrakhan said Hitler's wickedly great.
Right, it's
like
big.
He said he was wickedly great.
That whole era, and that whole era has to be studied because nobody stands alone. Nobody stands on their own. But it always ties into the Moorish legacy.
Right.
I just want to say, it always come back to us. It's always gonna come back to fear of a Black and Moor Messiah. It's always gonna come back to the American gods. It's always gonna come back to the fact that we are in too deep into this thing. We're tied into the land. We're tied into the resources. We're tied into the wealth. We're tied into the riches. We're tied into the history and the mystery.
Yeah.
And as we wake up, the world wakes up. So everything that was prophesied is coming through. Everything that my master teachers taught me, I'm experiencing. Life is about experience. So my avatar, or my quote-unquote human experience, is upgraded, to God tier, because I live to see the teachings of my teachers manifest to fruition. There's nothing, you can't buy that.
No.
You can't, you know what I mean? Like,
Priceless.
you can't trick me into that. You feel me? Like, that came with pure faith. So faith without works. So I had the faith when I heard it to stand on business. And I stood on business and I put in work. My consistency is unmatched. Not to compare myself, but if I was a brand and whatnot, if this was an elevator pitch, I would compare myself and I would have to tell people exactly what I got to offer. My consistency over 15 years as just a pure content creator. I created audio and video content. I've what is known as cross or digital converge on bigger platforms, and I've crossed into platforms and got them bigger. Now, I've been on platforms that I've accessed almost 10% of the Black global population, right? And the information that I was giving them through time. Like if it was a stock, appreciates as a stock, like it's a Bitcoin. So my words and what we stood for, the same way that Bitcoin came out with Satoshi Nakamoto and whatnot, is the same way when Sinetta TV, Loaded Ledge TV, UGR TV, you know what I'm talking about, AA Rashid was making content. There was a few other people, we would be creating brands and whatnot and stepping out into the digital space with a whole new way of hip-hop. Hip-hop, we are hip-hop, right? Everything that we do is hip-hop. Hip-hop is 5 pillars. So we brought the 5th pillar back. That's consciousness. They snatched it from the 90s. We had it in the 90s. Yep. I got artwork from the 90s. I bodied Art Basel. I sold out at Art Basel. I got my artwork to show you. I got artwork from the 90s to just so I don't gotta be capping.
Yeah.
Cause niggas make shit up. Just show me your artwork. You can make that up. And it shows you where my mom was. I was on Red, Black, and Green in 1990. So something changed, something happened. And by the artwork from 93, I got my dude standing in the room, Black Calvin, and it's a whole bunch of dead ops. But that's because the music changed. The music is the most magical thing that we got. The music programs and terraforms reality. It is bigger than even Hollywood. Hollywood plays a great secondary role and whatnot. It's the visuals, it solidifies it, it gives it its but the music is programming us. Yeah. The music is giving us subtle programming, overt programming, covert. It's telling us how to think. What would this person do? What would Jigga do? What would Dinner do? What would Future do? What would Ever do? What would Playboy do?
MK Ultra. Sure.
It is MK Ultra. CIA agent exposed that these people purposely infiltrated through, wait for it, it rhymes with Rob Davis.
Clyde Davis.
Hey!
That's the big mob boss we was talking about.
Of course, there's a few of them. Slew-footed mob bosses, and they belong to an alphabet organization, but they're also fraternal. There's a lot of oath-taking, as with any organization that has their hands on trillions of dollars and whatnot. I believe it's a 501c8, you know what I mean? It's a fraternal organization. They're protected. All organizations that we expose or we stand up and talk about, we always have to keep in mind that everybody takes an oath. The doctors take an oath. Police take an oath, the lawyers take an oath, the mafia take an oath, the gangs take an oath, the actors take an oath, industry take an oath. You know what I mean? And we just, we exposing the oaths and everybody's like, oh my goodness, once again, when you're getting into people's private life, that's news, that's salacious, it's sticky, right? It's almost like getting the bag, you know what I'm talking about? And then if you break into somebody's secret life, remember Inception, he was breaking into the third realm, the secrets,
like tabloids type of thing.
Because a private thing is the kinks, the secret is the bodies.
Say that again.
Yeah, that's deep.
The private life is Diddy's kinks. That's like, we found out he likes to beat off and he's a cuck, right? That's his private life. But everybody's gonna get exposed of their private life. You all gonna get around one time, you know what I mean? Like homie said, everybody gets a chance to be famous for 15 minutes, right? His secret life though, which is the 3rd level of Inception, it's the secrets, once they pry into the secrets, where the secrets, that's the treasure chest of everything. That's where you hold your secrets. It ain't worth nothing if it's not a secret.
That's a fact.
So the secrets are the bodies. That, you know what they say, they know where the bodies are buried? That's a secret. Nobody's supposed to know about your bodies. So the rappers that are winning are exposing the secrets of themselves. They're leading by showing you their private life. Sukihana, Shorty, they got Sexy Red. Yeah, they got porn tapes, and they like, that's what we do. This is how we like it. Shit on me, piss on me. So they like, you don't have to worry about their secret life. They're leading in their secret life.
That's the teacher.
They're leading in secret, but they got other niggas that's leading in their. They're leading in their private, right? But they got secrets too. But you got other rappers that's leading with their secret life. Like, I bodied that nigga.
Yeah.
I cooked Shorty. Like, was popping. let's go. And niggas is like, that's crazy. And they're rewarding them.
Yep.
Right? So it's part of the attention economy. It's a part of this new economy, of the attention economy, mixed with a few other things. You know what I mean? But yeah, troll economy, it's a go.
Cancel.
Niggas monetize that. And they ran with it, they running with it. And they got success stories, and they got a whole bunch of motherfucking horror stories too.
It's unfolding, man.
So let me read a few of these because I saw some crazy comments in here. Somebody said the Holocaust was fake, yo.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the whole thing has to have a deep dive. I need my scholars to come forward. We should inaugurate some new scholars in this community with that assignment right there. Let's do one of these challenges, TikTok.
Ooh,
we could do.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do a challenge. I got a bag, you know what I mean? If y'all come and double the bag, then we could triple it and quadruple it, and then I could get it to some of my sponsors, and they could even make it bigger. Let's do a challenge where we inaugurate for 2024 a group of 2 new scholars that I have. Rich Phil is in the building, introducing Rich Phil, super agents to the superstars and the star seeds. Listen, we are going to get you placement on platforms that will have you exposed to a network that is going to change your life, right? So I'm calling for 2 researchers to come forward to do the deep dive 2 to 3 hour presentation, preferably in the form of a video essay. If you really want to take it there, that's like A+.
Right.
But regular presentation, PowerPoint, that would be considered to be industry level, and we're entry level and whatnot. You could come in with that. Let's go.
True.
And then I have some of the master teachers in my network graded and whatnot, and we'll give you an honorary degree to whereas you could stand on stages with the sages. Let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like this.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's popping. That you'll be able to offer that because a lot of people will have that in mind and don't have the incentive to go out and be a doer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may have somebody who has the idea and you put the idea
responsible,
out.
right? But Rich
You know
Phil
what I'm
is responsible for letting people know that opportunities exist and making an offer that you can't refuse. You know what I mean? You have to incentivize people these days. You got to give them a meaning to want to do something. You know what I'm talking about? And that's not lost on me. Yeah. So I'm like, let's do something and let's create something because the only thing that's going to last longer than us in these conversations that we're having is what we create, our IP, right? Mm-hmm. It's not what we leave behind. It's what we leave in front of us. We are planting seeds that are growing into oak trees and whatnot. Everything that I'm doing, you feel me? But since I stepped on the scene, it's like Jack and the Beanstalks. Like I've been seeding the whole world. I've been seeding the galaxy. Like my pods and my seeds and the ideas that I gave birth to and the concepts that I breathed life into and the predictions and the pillar prophecies and the words and the rhymes and the bars that I connected. You know what I'm talking about? And the visions that I was able to enchant. All of these things is I'm living in it right now. And what a fucking time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? There's people that came late to the party, and there's people that came, early to the party. But what I know is when I showed up to the party, I was the first one at the party. So I know that
shooting in the gym.
You know what I'm talking about? Like this is an emanation of my reality.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not plugged in with nobody. Like I am the plug. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, nobody hooked me up with their network. No, my network.
I like to say network. Your network is your new network.
Definitely.
Your network is as big as your network,
definitely,
man. People be like, I ain't got no money, but if you get your network right,
in the digital economy,
resources, everything.
Right, in this new digital economy, gig economy.
Knowledge is wealth.
Right, knowledge is wealth. Infopreneurship, in this new digital economy that we exist in. The term your net worth is your network is actually you're gonna see it moving forward in a DeFi Web3 kind of way where they're gonna be able to show you how you can if you have 100,000, you'll be able to monetize 100,000, not daily, not hourly, by the minute.
The sovereign individual.
No. Did you hear what I
Say that
said?
again? No. I said, did you hear that? Say that again? 100,000 by the minute?
Yeah. Because guess what?
That'd be crazy. But you gotta grow up.
Yeah. What we can't do, right? Because Kambada said I could do magic, right? Mm-hmm. We gotta put the sacrament in the air. That's the only element missing.
Okay.
Manifestation.
Right?
That's a fact.
Kambada said I could do magic, right? Mm-hmm. So I could do magic means that you speak everything into existence.
Right.
This is what they do. They go places, they listen to rock and roll and they listen to jazz, they set the tone because the environment is everything. This spot right, we came in here listening to jazz. I said, this reminds me of my dad right here. Right? You set a tone that I'd never been in a place where they were playing jazz. You feel me? It's just authentically New York right here.
BX.
You know what I'm saying? BX, where I was born. I'm born Albert Einstein Hospital.
Oh yeah,
You too? Look, wow, I never. Yo, look at God is working, yo. I promise you, on everything. You don't know how impossible it is to find people that even know about Albert Einstein Hospital, let alone 2 people said they born there.
That's crazy.
I'm just meeting the gods, right? Mm-hmm. That's disclaimer.
And the city.
It ain't like we kicking it like this is the team and everything. Like I'm literally, this is my first time.
That's facts.
Even being in the space, I'm in the God's home, and it feels wonderful, right?
Bless.
But on some real shit, like it's about energy first and foremost. All is mental second. It is what you say it is. You create it. If you want to see it, imagine going into a room and it's filled with mad tools and whatnot. Buzzsaws, drills, chainsaws, hacksaws, and fine wood and all of that. And every day you just walking by them rooms and whatnot complaining, nobody could build nothing for me. Or we can't get nothing built around here, right? That's what's going on. If you make any noise right now in this space where we're at, they're gonna know that you played yourself and you playing with yourself. And they gonna play with you. So I'm saying stop playing and let's take this shit seriously and let's get on our job and tap in and whatnot.
That was special. I have a question that I ask a lot of people on my podcast. So you're not a Christian, you're not Muslim or anything like that. So this would be a more enlightened answer that we're most likely to get from you. What do you think happens when you die? So, for example, right now we're all alive, we're doing good, right? Mm-hmm. You die, you get hit by a car, you blink. What happens in the next space, in your opinion? Nobody knows for sure, but in your opinion, what you assume happens next?
Well, the closest to I've ever experienced death was when I had the Bufu experience. And the Bufu experience is called the ego death, right? It's the toad that Mike Tyson swears by. And y'all should listen to what that man is saying to you because he knows what he's talking about. And the Bufu, it was like, man, it was beautiful. It was orgasmic.
Is it like an ayahuasca type of thing?
It's the top of all of those experiences. Mm-hmm. A part of they got two ways that you can experience DMT, through the spirit molecule or the God molecule. Spirit molecule is the DMT where you may see things, you have visual hallucinations, but the God molecule is where you're gonna feel it. You're not seeing things. You're having an internal hallucination. You know what I mean? You're having not an hallucination. Don't think like that. You're not hallucinating. It's not bad. You're having an internal experience, right? Because remember, they talk about space traveling. What space travel do you think the real space travel is? Inner or outer?
Inner.
Inner. Right. So how you gonna space travel if you ain't on a spaceship? That's what the Bufu is. It was 15, 20 minutes. Changed my whole experience.
You did it here in America?
I did it in America. I did it in Brooklyn on a Lionsgate, right? And the settings was basically, there was like the water running, mad nature around me, cats and whatnot, and Uncle Hank. This is why I wear this right here. I got this after my ceremony.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I got this after my ceremony.
So this is your closest post-death experience, right?
I tapped into what they call as the light, and my best experience to that, I got it filmed, right? I filmed it. It was, or I had Uncle Hank film it, and I was smiling so much, but it was like a smile where my face was glowing, right? Because I was so at peace. Because this light that I am, because we are sentient light beings encapsulated inside of this husk that is only from the earth, that goes back to the earth when you put it in the earth. It's animated because of the light that's in it. It's giving us all of this personality, all of this ego, all of this wisdom, the connections that allows us to download things, our rhythm, you know what I mean? All of these things, right? But once that light is gone, niggas are stiff, right? And when that light returns, it returns to an ocean of light. That ocean of light is endless. That ocean of light is an energy. That ocean of light is not like that light. It's not like that light. It's not like any light that you think of. It's like think of light, but think of energy, right? Just think of water and ocean.
Right.
So if I pour a bottle of water into the ocean, it becomes right? So the bottle is the ego.
Okay.
So the body is the bottle. Okay. Your name, where you from, that you black, all of that ego, that's not nothing about you. Right. That's just more bottling. That's just more packaging. Right. That's just more branding. You're none of that. You're just the light, that's the ocean. So Deer Park water is just water from the ocean, but inside the bottle is Deer Park. So you just a light from this ocean. It belongs to all of the lights. No separate light. And the light over there, the blood light and the crib light. You just part of one intelligence, one sentient light being. One, you know what I mean? And it's like, imagine if like how you have orgasms and whatnot, and they say that that's billions of lights that you're ejaculating, right? So those billions of things, imagine them as a billion people. That's just what we are. We just those lights, but we're emanating from a higher source. This is not us. This is not the end of this. We're just so it don't matter what happens when we die. We just go back to this one source and it feels great. You know what I mean? So like I said, when you pour the bottled water into the ocean, it's just the ocean. It's the vast ocean. The bottle is the ego. You are the ego. You gotta get over yourself. You gotta unzip yourself. You gotta let the person go. Your name will live on and whatnot because of the contributions of what you did with your light while you was here. How you shine your light. That's why Tupac said thug immortal. If you immortalize yourself, you don't come back. You know what I mean? If you leave this shit with a bang, you don't come back. That's why dying young is not bad. They make it seem like it's bad. It's not bad. It's ceremonial. The good die young. And look, immortal niggas don't die at 90. You become an icon. True. You become a legend. But the immortals die young. You die in battle. You die you die James Dean style. You die young. That's how you die like Tupac died. You die like the 27 Club. When you die young, people are not built for that. Brother Panic, rest in peace, rise in power. He did the series, How to Prepare, How to Die and Not Come Back. So the key is that you have them never stop saying your name. How do you do that? You build monuments and megalithic structures with your name on it, and you do legendary shit like you write plays that are legendary, you make movies that live on forever, you write songs that live on forever, and you leave a legacy to live on forever. You feel me? And you make a mark, you make an impact on some, you know what I mean, some Napoleon type shit. You go hard. You like, I'ma die anyway, and if I don't do this shit, I'ma just come back. So that's why Tupac tapped out. He's good. Biggie's good. You know, all of these people that we cry for, they good, they legend, they immortalized.
Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey
is immortalized. He went from being overlooked to ascended. He couldn't ask for nothing better. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all, he's immortalized. He's good. People are trying to, oh, he's too young. What do you can't say that.
Right, because they had more life and dead more in life in lights than someone who has sat back and just said,
like,
oh.
What I was about to say, what do you think about Lucifer being a light bearer?
Yeah, well, it is the light of the morning. what's wrong with Lucifer?
That's what I was.
You know,
to hear what you
it's
said.
a light.
I mean, if you really think about it, if Hitler's not a problem, who's to say Hitler's problem? I mean, who's to say Lucifer's problem?
Look,
Great.
look. If God is the omni, and let's just cap it in the bud and stop. You know, because it's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? And what I'm not gonna do is, you know, I'm not going to talk as if I'm almighty and talk down. Or, you know what I mean? I'm gonna meet people right where they at, and we gonna build it up and walk up the stairs together.
Got to.
But if God is all-knowing, omnipotent, omnipresent, who the fuck is the devil or Satan? How could he be more powerful than who you said is the most omnipotent? Right? The devil is just God in a ski mask. The devil is your temptation. He's there to exist because God is having a human experience, but they need polarities. He needs the opposite. We need antagonist, protagonist. This is the theater. We're in the theater. So this is just a duality. Yeah, so this is a dual. This system, this planet system is dual.
Yeah.
Others maybe not. But this is left hand, right hand, up, down. You know what I mean? As above, so below. This is a dual planet. Right.
The water's above.
Daytime, nighttime, sun, moon. It's male, female. It's dual. This whole shit is a dualistic planet. That's why the code is zeros and ones. So we try to make it tri, and it's not. There's some tri planets, but that's not what we are here. So we can't mix it up. It can't be one. It can't be two. It gotta be the two. You know what I mean? They try to make two, it's women empowerment and men are there. No, nigga. When she rise, how I don't rise. Y'all don't be around the women I'm around. But when she up, I'm up. And when I'm up, she up.
That's a fact.
What convos y'all having?
That's a fact.
She said, you God. We good. Are you crazy? Like, no, I don't know who's having these conversations, but we're going to leave that in 2023. We're not going, we're going to step over those crates and whatnot and level up the conversation and get back to this cloth talk. You know, I'm talking about get back to this God tier conversation. We got to elevate the minds of our people because the whole 2023 was a lesson. Every single thing that happened was the biggest lesson, and we could be grateful and thank the Most High, the great divine speaks through signs, because it was given.
Yo, you got bars, bro.
The karma, right? The karma
From a rapper, like, you got the sages with the state. What you said, the sages, the stages. I'm like,
man. The karma, the way people was getting their karma, bro. The way that the shit was closing out on the 50th year of hip hop, showing you the discrepancies, the hypocrisies, right? The fakeness. It was so much shit to call out. Uncle Murder got a fucking heavy task on his hands.
Everybody been saying
I might have to pick up some of that weight because it was a lot of stuff in consciousness. There was a lot of people that transitioned in this community. There was a lot of, endings. There's people that went to jail. It's a lot of stuff going on. I want to say that, too, that before we forget, because somebody brought up the underworld. The underworld is the jail system right now. And right now, the jail system has Polite, Nature Boy, Rashad Jamal, and a few other people inside of it, right? That's going to change that whole system forever. That underworld army that comes out of that thing.
That's the key.
They're going to be different, yo.
Militant.
Each one of those teachers all bite their flaws. They're needed in that, and they're needed in Hiram Abiff's underworld. They're needed in what they call where Osiris is. They're buried alive, right? They're going through the hero journey. They're in a dark place. They're in a cocoon place, but they're interacting with 2 million people who are like, wait, say what? And there's no more saying what, because like I say, the impact. See, remember, people who are not a part of the writing team, you know what I mean? They watch these TV shows and they see it differently from people who are part of the writing. I'm a part of the writing team. So I'm like, nah, that's how it works. It works where Kanye is the pop star. He pops it off. He's the one who could pop it. When he says it, it's a go. He said, we not black, we Indians. I don't want nobody to get upset at that. Your existence, your identity, and your reparations are not in jeopardy. What it needs to do is it needs to pop off a conversation where the average 85er, this is not for you.
Right.
If you quote unquote enlightened, get in line. You just got verified. You got your blue check. Do what thou wilt with it. Do something. Don't abuse your power. Don't shame. Don't get into arrogance. You have to learn how to teach with poise and with character. You know what I mean? The people are tired of being quote unquote talked down to, and they're tired of being taken advantage of, and they're tired of being, abused by powerful and tricked by trick daddies. Right. You know what I mean? And these are some sophisticated savages, yo. I don't think they know the level of chess that people play on in these places, but I'm here to let you know, unequivocally, you've never met niggas like this before. So what they used to call college is the pen, right? Is jail, right? The niggas in college right now are getting a level of information input and an explosion of consciousness by way of what those brothers are gonna bring, for better or for worse, in the next, I would say, 5 years. Watch and mark my word on it.
The colleges, that's interesting that you say that.
It's a college, bro.
I feel like a lot of people think that the colleges is actually gonna be like a large help in the demise of our people, because what they're indoctrinating people, men in college and women in college, or our people in college, are this, the far left ideas, like, the LGBT stuff and the socialism stuff, all that extra shit. So
the whole Gaza thing is collapsing the colleges with Harvard.
Really?
The whole thing with Harvard.
You seen the Palestine? Yeah, the
Palestine, the protest, that's collapsing.
They're trying to fire through.
The college thing is
Harvard,
collapsing.
Penn State, and it's another
right.
MIT.
MIT, right?
What exactly
are they trying to do?
Yeah,
Kick out the CEOs, like the top people.
They're showing that they politicized.
They let them protest on the campus.
To get rid of them?
Because they're pro-Zionists. They're pro-Zionists, and the students are pro-Palestine. So they're showing that they're politicized and they're biased. They're showing their hands. The new colleges, because of the disruption of AI and the quote-unquote, when I say disruption, I mean the complete collapse, the complete unraveling, and the complete, the galactics, the Thanos snapping of. Not like the Thanos snapping of. That's gone. So look into e-learning and things of that nature. Colleges is over.
Yeah, you got to relearn everything you learned anyway.
We need maker spaces. We need creative spaces. We need incubators. We need content houses. We need, we need trade schools. We need places. I'm going to a science fair after this in Brooklyn with Q Butter, right? With children that were like 5, 6, and 7. They building robotics and whatnot. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We building we doing LLMs and whatnot. You know what I mean? KTL, GPT, right? Thanks. We building whole systems. We doing a lot of stuff, and metaverse as a service. You know what I'm saying? We have a program where we giving out free tablets and whatnot. So we gonna pitch it to whereas we are Black Santas and whatnot, and there's gonna be tablets in a bag, and then we going to give it out. When I came here, we drove here and whatnot. We stopped at North Carolina. One of my people that got a vegan restaurant, you know what I'm saying, Love and Health, they people who just coming home, it's like attached to like hotels and whatnot, and they got 400 people who just come home and looking for work. So now we got opportunities to, offer them work and to give them free tablets. You know what I'm saying? If they qualify, if they have any type of public assistance. So now we into technology now, and we got free technology because we got a government contract. Nice. You feel me? So it's like now we got something to give for free, so the conversation we can have with people, they're gonna listen to it more because we come with opportunity. Now I'm having career day. I'm gonna have a career day right at that hotel that I'm talking about, where I'm gonna be signing people up so they could also be teams giving out free computers. Every person that you give one free to, you get $20. Not sell it, give it. So now I'm setting up working teams, right? Because faith without works is nothing. What I have to solve, what I've learned through my field research and my case studies, is I have to solve the issue of labor in our community. We get into criminology, we get into taking penitentiary chances, and we get into doing lazy shit and whatnot because we don't have options for labor to get to the bag and whatnot, to get gigs and whatnot, to get money digitally, to get money while you're sleeping, to get money to wake up to money. Right. So you have different income streams. I want to set people up with at least 10 income streams. So your money is making money and is making money and you not out here scrambling and scraping. You could sit down and think. Because if you can't think, you can't grow. That's why we seeing people going in a Groundhog Day loop with whatnot because nobody is doing nothing new. Riddle me this. If 10 people could put 10 bands together to go to Sue's and whatnot, in the nighttime, why 10 people can't put 10 bands together to go to the wholesale district in the daytime? Why 10 people can't put 10 bands together and go down to Wall Street and whatnot and get mad Nike stocks in Apple and Facebook when it was at the low? Why 10 people can't put 10 bands together and come together and just put it into an AI company and just make sure that you make $1 trillion for your youth and whatnot? Why 10 people couldn't put 10 bands together and scoop up Bitcoin when they was telling all of the scammers and the swipers and everybody that was moving weight on the Silk Road and whatnot, in order to sell it, you had to go into the grocery stores that were in illicit neighborhoods and get Bitcoin in order to do transaction. So mad people from the hood before the Poindexters and the regular people, they were the first people who encountered Bitcoin. So it was on their shoulders, right? You know how many millionaires I know who was a part of that life?
Yeah. It's like you said, it's not in the music.
You know how many people that's doing time right now that's in the pokey, they in the feds and whatnot, but they got Bitcoin in their wallet because they went down and whatnot, but they was out there doing, they was doing cards and shit, and they had to get biddies, right? Come on. Like,
they can't touch it.
They can't touch it.
Can't touch it. It's smart.
It's your secret, right? Remember, like I said, it's public, private, and secret. That's the 3 stages of man, right? That's what the CIA and all of them. That's what they're studying. That's what the FBI surveils. That's why they have people under surveillance in there. They want to know your proclivities. They want to keep, they want to keep tabs on you, so they know how to infiltrate. You know what I mean? That's why you have to keep your shit not on social media. That's why that was one of the easiest tools that they got for people to kind of like open up and just let them into all kind of places that, that these purveyors, right? Remember, we're living in a voyeurism era, right? Where everybody's a peeping Tom. Yeah. Everybody's a voyeur. That's why when Sexy Red's tape leaked, everybody voyeured. Everybody wanted to go see it. Mm-hmm. Cassie said that Diddy was a voyeur. He was into voyeurism, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about the voyeurism. So, but all of us are voyeurs if we watch porn. You know what I mean? So we're in voyeurism culture. They have us on World Star, voyeurism to death. Voyeurism, we watching people get killed in silence. Because them videos coming out of Brazil don't even have sound on them. Or to Mexico, we just see niggas get gunned down. You're not supposed to see a man take his last breath if you're not the one taking it. You're not privy to that. What is that? You know what I mean? So a lot of people is being desensitized. Our spirits are being attacked. Our auric field is being attacked. Our health is being attacked. Our mental state is being attacked. Niggas are smoking GMO weed, eating GMO food, fucking with GMO shorties and whatnot, eating GMO box. Having GMO burgers and whatnot, watching World Star and other things and whatnot, and raising GMO babies on GMO CRISPR babies on GMO Gerber and whatnot, watching World Star with people having knockouts, murders, stabbings, and bum fights.
That's facts.
Right? So what impact do you think it's having? You know what I mean? And I could go further down the timeline of Zionist-sponsored platforms that deal with lower frequency all the way down to snuff films. All the way down in the dark web where they snuffing people in real life. Mm-hmm. That's tied to them people over there too. Mm-hmm. Everything with them little children is tied to them over there. Everything is tied to them. They the ones that brought X out. Them people, you heard Blood Diamonds before? That's them. You heard of the gold trade where Africa's being exploited for their gold and whatnot, and villages don't even have sewage. They don't even have electricity in the Congo. That's them. You heard of the situation with children being trafficked, and they try to get them out of Haiti and all of that. They show up with their disasters and that's them.
Mob style.
You heard of organ harvesting and that whole underground network where people are paying top dollar. That's them.
Yeah.
I could go on for days and I won't, right? Because me and Blue Pill, not shameless plug, me and Blue Pill have a course coming up for 4 weeks on our Patreon. And the first 2 weeks, we're going to do When in Rome 4.4. And then the next 4 weeks, we're going to do Quantum Quickening 4.4. And that's going to be me and my brother's contribution to close out. It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. We had a stellar year, a monumental year, a prophetic year, one of our best years. One of our beat the fuck up coming out this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, it ain't like we was Floyd Mayweather in this bitch. You know what I mean? Got hit a few times, but didn't go down, and seen a lot of people go down, seen a lot of people get hit. But man, this shit created some fucking monumental jewels. The music got 10 times better. The drip got 10 times better. The artwork got 10 times better. The video, they took my channel and I got bigger. You know what I mean? So this was a tricky year where negative shit happened and shit was good for you. Like, that's how it was working for certain people. But, I just kept bouncing back, failing forward, not letting nothing stop me. And we're gonna close it out in monumental fashion. That song that I did last night on Holy Ghost 3, like, that's the beginning of the campaign that I'm about to go on a music campaign, going crazy to close out 23 and go into 24, going crazy still, just going on a rampage like a crusades. But I'm taking the whole Hip Hop 50 personal. I'm taking the fact that I was excluded, my brother was excluded, A.A. Rashid was excluded, Sat Rock was excluded, Camp Bada out of all, he was excluded, Loaded Lux was excluded. There was a lot of names of people that I didn't hear, none of the journalists, none of the bloggers, none of the fans, no people even said it. And I'm cool because I know that we represent the next 50 years, but I got a point to prove, and we going up from here.
That's a fact.
Yeah, we going up.
Yo, that's word. That's word. Yo, my man's Rich Phil done drop hella bars. My man been dropping hella bars, hella knowledge. Yo, I'm gonna let you go back. You a beast. Y'all ain't got any final words, so we can wrap this beautiful day up. You know what I'm saying? I learned so much. I'm just like, God, I can't just go back through this motherfucker and take my notes because I have to decipher so much. You know what I'm saying? Definitely start with the Hiller shit because, like I said, with the challenge of trying to find somebody to find scholars, right? To find two scholars who's really gonna take the time to do the research and find with an unbiased research, which is important, right? Because that's like the biggest thing. Yeah. Anybody can go and make a Hiller piece.
And exhausting our resources, so getting the best information possible.
Right. Even if it hurts our feelings, put that shit in there and make it all make sense.
It hurts their feelings.
You know what I mean?
So I had a question. Because you were talking about how you had your art and all that stuff too. Also, the question is, when did you first fall in love with hip hop?
The first minute I heard it. The moment that I heard it.
So what did you hear? Where were you at? What was going on?
Oh, man. It was the, what's my dudes? Sugar Hill Gang. The Sugar Hill Gang. Man, I heard that. I was like, what the hell?
They out of the Bronx too, right?
Huh?
Sugar's out of the Bronx?
Mm-hmm. I believe it was when we first came back from St. Croix.
Peace. Okay. Show that to the 4K.
That's hip hop. That's hip hop in its purest forms. That's hip hop in its purest forms. That's my crystallized expressions of what hip hop was doing to my mind. And hip hop is art. So instead of drawing on trains, we were drawing these expressions and whatnot. That's some of my digital artwork from now. I do digital artwork. And tell them how good it feels, the stock of this is all for frames. This is good stock.
Like flyer material.
Yeah, I killed Art Basel, y'all. I promise you, I made y'all proud. I made y'all proud. Yeah, so this is 1990. This is Fear of a Black Planet. This is like I was saying. I was already on the path to consciousness. They call it woke. We were woke in 1990. You understand? We had all of that down packed. We knew about Kemet, red, black, and green. Look, it's a black thing, G. You wouldn't understand. Fear of a Black Planet. Later on, I'm doing lectures with Professor Griff called Fear of a Black Planet. I drew my existence into reality. Look at that.
Fucking crazy.
Look at my metaphysics, y'all.
Crazy.
Look at my metaphysics.
Simpson don't got nothing on it.
Then I started doing comic books. You know what I'm saying? So X-Men was an influence of mine. So we was taking the comic books and we were doing our version of what we was hearing like in rap videos and what we wanted to see. So I made a version of these black dudes that went undercover like Tubbs and Crockett. And they would get into a lot of shootouts and stuff. You know.
This is from the 90s?
This is all from the 90s. I did this shit when some niggas wasn't even alive.
Yeah,
this is from us going wild in the streets. This is us getting locked up. This is us boosting. This is why we doing all of that. We making this artwork. We first smoking weed.
Very detailed, the artwork, too, though.
I'm gonna make sure I show y'all that when y'all catch it in the YouTube. Now, for everybody that's on the Instagram Live, make sure y'all follow. I'm gonna make sure we put everybody's Instagram in the description, but make sure you follow Golden Gates Buzz TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put all these pictures out in 4K, but check them out. These niggas is crazy.
Look.
Crazy. This is mad detail.
Yeah.
Yo, you crazy? Yo, in the 90s.
Great bank robbery.
See this? Yo, NWA, Sugar Hill. Like I said, they should be. You know what I'm saying? Appreciative for what their art has. You know what I'm saying? Transcribed into.
I mean, that's a myriad of hip hop though. It started with Sugar Hill, but it exponentially grew into so many different artists. When we were the hip hop connoisseurs that in our era, we came up with hip hop, so we listened to everything. We was exposed to everything. We don't come from the era that maybe you heard about something. No, we grew up to where we had access to everything, and then it grew bigger. You know. So this was called No War right here. This was my protest for the first Iraq war, not even number 2, not even 9/11, the one with Daddy Bush. You know what I mean? So we was against that whole war concept all the way back then, knowing that shit is fake, knowing that it's not real, knowing that it's a crusades, you know, and knowing that the people are the sheeple. That's why we got the peckerwood tied up. So,
yo, that's
you know.
Crazy.
And then this is the drip.
History is still pushing.
This is the drip right here. This is the new line. We launched this at Art Basel. We shut it down. I got orders for different boutiques. I got celeb wearing it.
Material,
nice heavy duty.
Yo, it's heavy, yo.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, yo. I don't cap on clothes. It's just nice and heavy duty, for real.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been going to trade shows, so I'm stepping up all of my, you know what I mean? That's how everything got stepped up. You know, them contacts. I was killing all of my my Miami dudes with this one. Right?
I thought that was Kodak.
Right. Right. So boom. I didn't even plan the Ye shit happened with the vultures. I been did this on everything. Culture vultures. And then I just put the culture vultures out. Then he come out with the vultures. So that just show you synchronicity. You know what I mean?
Alignment.
A wise man will be despised if he's broke. Oh, I was killing them. But this was the shutdown. This was the biggest seller. This one sold out in about an hour.
King Nitty. Okay.
Kings County. That's my line.
Okay. Man, guys are great again. Hey, yo, you dangerous with that one.
Oh, I was killing them in Wynwood with this.
Yo,
I was
that shit is hard.
Because when you walk away,
and the color nice
at first, the color. At first, you looking at this and you reading it, but you see she got the jump off, so you know what it is.
Bro, this joint is actually like, it's just like a towel. Like, this shit really feels really
man.
good material, man.
I'm like, can I buy one?
Yeah, right? I gotta want one.
Yeah, man.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's fire.
And then we got it in the tan right here.
That's fire. Culture.
You feel me?
I love with this one, right? I mean, this is hard.
That's tough too.
So all of my Patreons, what I do for the people who I call KT aliens, is I give discount codes, you know what I mean? We do a lot of deals and whatnot. We do tier systems. So for everybody that's listening that wants to join the network, because that's really what the purpose of everything that I'm doing moving forward is I'm just not talking. Like, you know, I even don't even, you know, I'm building, I'm campaigning. 2024 is about a campaign. It's the Champagne campaign. So my goal is 30,000 members in this campaign. And I'm doing it show by show. You know what I mean? You know, if I got to take 30,000 shows and get one person to show, then so be it. It doesn't matter to me because I have endless things to build on, you know, endless stories to tell and endless questions to answer. I opened up a broadcast channel on my IG, and then I just put a thing, yo, what do y'all want to learn in the month of December? And an hour later, I had 300 responses. Just like that, boom. But then it was beautiful for me because I'm able now to have a direct conversation with people 300 people who I might never meet a day in my life. Yep. But now I could build with them about some real shit. And we not all noisy into that other shit. We getting right direct. All right, so how does Monday at 1 o'clock to 1 to 2 p.m. sound? Boom, I'm gonna send you my calendar link. We'll do the consultation. Boom, and they sign up, and we just get into it. So now I could spend a whole month off this grid. I ain't fucking with none of that other shit. I'm just dealing with those 300 questions for that time, and then I might put up another one and answer another 300 questions. So it's almost like Dr. Phil, you know what I mean? But it's not like Dr. Phil, because they like, yo, Red, I want 3 income streams. I'm like, boom, I'm gonna set you up with the whole playlist tomorrow. Hit me up. Because I could do all that now. I got the AI, I got the team, I got everything. We could create anything that you need.
You want a
clothing line, you want to start a goddamn business, you want an EV, you want a gas pump at your spot, you want an EV charger, you know what I mean? You want a plane. Like, we could get everything, bro. We could get everything. Nothing is off limits at this point.
It sounds like you can really plug somebody into a matrix. Like, offer. That's an offer. You offer.
I got an initiative called the Facts.
This is Morpheus.
Yeah, I got an initiative that I started in 2017 called the Facts. The food, the art, the clothes, the technology, and the shelter. The food, the art, the clothes. Yeah, I should cue the song in. And the Facts has blossomed and grown, and it's become a world of its own. It's become a network of its own. It has grown legs and whatnot. So for the time of 2024, we're putting out a workbook, and we're also going to put out a book. For Facts, it's going to be an ebook. It's going to be interactive, and we'll have a workbook coming out. But Facts 24 is the campaign, and that's what you're seeing as a result of Facts growing and maturing. We have access to almost endless import, export, endless factories, endless production, endless modules, endless agencies. Yo, Rich Phil I'm going crazy, bro, this year. I'm going retarded.
That's fine. I'm excited
I'm
to see
going crazy, bro.
I'm excited to see it. Yo, y'all know what time it is.
Killed Art Basel. I'm in my artist mode. 2024. The music, the art, the apparel. I'm in artist mode. The film. I'm going super hard. Video games, metaverse as a service. Either join me, become part of what we're doing, become an investor. You know what I mean? I don't do support. I do investment. Be an angel investor. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in a song. You know what I mean? You could be an archangel investor. You don't even got to be an angel investor. You know, you could be an archangel investor. But just see what we're doing and not just believe in us, because we need to get past belief.
I agree.
Who run my credit? Like, when can I do a credit check? Because they took my channel, you know. They took a lot, they shadow banned me, but I'm a shadow boss working in the shadows, and I work better in the shadow, right? So that actually worked to my favor. But they took my whole platform of 15 years, thousands of pieces of content, right? They wiped it out, took all, so basically they snatched my chain. They shadow banned me. They chase people away. They hide all kind of stuff from the channel. They got me, it's just crazy. So what if I want to run my credit in my community and say, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna just say for that 15 years of work, I'm gonna just run my credit and just fall back. Just run that receipt up. Now, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to them in a minute, but let's just run that receipt up now that they bookended the run. They did it. And it is what it is because the universe works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. But when they terminated the channel, they bookended the run. So now that they bookend the run my receipt up because I never cashed my check. They be like, yo, did Google monetize the channel? Nah, y'all did. I looked at they pay shit. Fuck what they do. Each one of y'all just put $1 up. That's not even asking nothing. I think it's about 150 million of y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Get them for a bag, for real.
Huh?
So you can get them for a bag then? For the
No. What I could get them for a bag involves the fact that I have endless content and proof of work.
Right.
Red pill, you saved my life. Red pill, my mother got cured of AIDS. Red pill, that show on YouTube did this. Red pill, you transformed me. I have my proof of work, my social credit is going to destroy this thing, right? I will be able to topple $1 trillion machine because they never came up against a Know the Ledge. You understand? The transcription of the shows that they tried to erase, because I have a whole cachet. I got treasure chests of my content. I ain't stupid. You know what I mean? So when I transcribe it and when we show when we show what they took from us, no, that's when they fall in their own sword. It was almost like a trick bag, like when you it's a poison pen, right? What I'm talking about more than them, before they even get to me, the people are responsible for me. So the people are responsible for saying, all right, they bookended your run, here's your check, Red. Good work. You did fabulous. Not, are you okay, Red? Is everything all right? You know what I mean? Nah, I don't know what that means. What the fuck does that mean? Am I okay? Why would you ask me that? Would you be okay? Why would you ask me if I'm not okay, and then what? They didn't say, yo, Red, we understand them people try to play you. Matter of fact, they did play you. Matter of fact, that's the most egregious shit that they could do. They took the lifeline of the community away. They chopped one of the fucking arms off of Voltron. Here, good work. Here's a bag. I'm gonna give you $1 from each one of us. I like you like that, Red. Here's $1 each. And then it'll be, 200. My brother did a show on EYL. He's at, 3.3 million. You know what I'm saying? That's exposure to a group of people who got resources, who got investments, who are college educated, who could do something if they wanted to do it, who might not be on a hamster wheel, who might be juggling 2 income streams, who might be global and be real bosses, because I've traveled the world. There's real bosses out there. I've been in the UK. They bossed up in the UK. They move like royalty. You know how they got the king and the queen out there? Mm-hmm. The black people move like that's like they know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that they put their stuff together, the detail, the way that they pay attention to detail, the meticulousness that they pay attention to education and learning and sharpening. Yeah. Africa, people is doing great. South America, people is doing great. Mexico, don't let nobody fool you. Outside of America, Islam is popping. Islamism is popping. Bitcoin is popping. Web3 is popping. Sovereignty is popping. The Moors is popping. Consciousness is popping. Black power is popping. Working for yourself is popping. Digital nomads are popping. Nation building is popping. All of that. They looking at this sinking ship and they're saying, that's a dying cow. Y'all gotta get out of that. So we gotta make our minds up, you know what I mean? This 2024 might have me traveling around the planet. Janet, with the titty out. You know what I'm talking about? Like P. Diddy brought the city out. She got white toenail polish. I call it a pretty route.
I said
I can keep it going.
Take the silly mouth. It's like, all right, you got final words?
Nah, man, this.
Do I have any final words?
How do I get the red pill?
You just got it.
Respect.
Everybody that gets exposed to me, you know what I'm saying, is a recipient of the red pill. I actually served about 1 billion people once again. So in any establishment, the tip is mandatory after you get that meal or that quote unquote pill. I came, I saw, and I did what I told the people that I was gonna do. And the retirement of red pill as, you know, and bringing forth Rich Phil is for the fact that, you know, I took that's a book ending. You know what I mean? The brand red pill, because of the propriety issues and the fact that they really doppelgangered it, they usurped it with a whole movement. 3 movements was on my shit. So imagine if somebody attached to your credit. Imagine them things that be attached to whales when they swimming and whatnot, sucking on them. So they attached all of the misogynistic red pill movement. Then they attached the incel red pill shit. Then they attached like all of these weird niggas, you know what I mean? And it diluted the brand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like red pill did red pill's work. You know, red pill is always gonna be red pill, but Rich Phil is the evolution of that because, you know, red pill woke you up and now Rich Phil is gonna make sure to, you know, broke you up, you know what I'm saying? Or Steve Coates. Yeah, the Morpheus, because it's time to take our consciousness into an industry. We belong to an industry. The same way that Rich Paul is doing things for LeBron, Rich Phil will do things for Red Pill and Blue Pill and AA and KT and others the same way. There's billions on the table for us. There's billions awaiting for us. There's opportunities. This lifestyle that we created is $1 trillion, $1 billion lifestyle. You know what I mean? Health and wellness is $1 billion lifestyle. CMOS is in wholesale, is in Whole Foods. So ye are rich means that if I could prove that we were the proprietors of CMOS in 2009 when we time-stamped it, there's a bag waiting for me, and I'm going to get it. I'm not going to let nobody tell my story and get rich off of me. I know how to monetize nostalgia. I know how to show proof of work and get my proof of work. I know the world that we're moving into because I'm in these conferences, I'm at these trade shows, and I'm a little more tapped in to what they're talking about in not in private and not in the public. You know what I mean? So I know that the new bag is going to be about proof of work, because they're gonna show that the power of what the blockchain is gonna be integrated and introduced to be like, nah, you gotta be able to show that you put something out there back. If you oppose it, if you can't show that you was on this before this happened.
Like the block me? Is that what you mean?
The blockchain is like a ledger where, let's say that let's say that YouTube took my channel. If I was on a blockchain, they couldn't take anything because you can't remove anything off the blockchain. So it will timestamp and it will forever etch into that blockchain whatever you put on it. So what I'm saying is the power of being a prophet, the power of being a great journalist, the power of being a master teacher, the power of being able to speak the future into existence is that you can prove I was saying this before these niggas was saying it, right? So even if there's people out there that are having very intelligent, popular conversations in the public right now, if you could show proof of work that you were one of the people who started that conversation, then you have opportunities on multiple fields, the same way that there's 8 ways for rappers to get paid, the same way that there's 10 ways for podcasters to get paid, there's gonna be 10 ways for people who are out here teaching stuff like that to get paid. That's the new frontier that's coming, and we're embarking upon it as we sit here. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. And you're gonna be in a reality that if you have 10,000 followers, you could get $10,000 a minute, right? Because if those followers are turning $1 over in the course of a minute, whether it's just some type of, whatever it is, it's not hard. If they turn over, or if they just say, yo, I got $20, I might sit here for 20 minutes and just give you $1 a minute. based off of some of the things that you were saying or doing or whatever it is. If you got $20,000 in the very near future, you're gonna be able to have $20,000 that day. You're gonna be able to have it $20,000 an hour, then you're gonna be able to have it $20,000 a minute. You won't be able to get to a minute right away. It's gonna start as a day. But you're able, that whole adage of, you can't be broke with this and that, all of that is out the window in a minute. The Meta glasses, that VR shit is bringing it in. You could get neck, no hands. And it's over.
Wireless.
It's over. Wireless. It's over. Now augmented though. Not just wireless, augmented. It's about to switch up. So I want to thank y'all. I want to thank everybody in the building for, tapping in with us. Appreciate you.
The God. Yo, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. You know what time it is. Go to Gates Best TV. Find everybody in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. Peace.